It's been a long, exhausting week. You're staring at a screen, overwhelmed, when someone gently slides the phone out of your hands and says, "Let me handle it." Kindness is expected to build a person up, yet strangely, many find that the stretch of life where they were being helped the most was the exact period when they trusted themselves the least. This creates a baffling data point in the history of a relationship. A capable, professional adult waking up one morning and realizing they no longer feel qualified to choose a dentist or pay a bill without permission. This erosion of confidence follows a remarkably consistent rhythm. The more help arrives, the more the capacity to act alone seems to dissolve, leaving the target feeling smaller with every passing month. These relentless favors create a quiet, tender confinement. That is a structure built from help that arrives before you ask and lingers long after you've stopped needing it, replacing your own agency with a caretaker you never realized you were hiring. Psychologists identify a specific dividing line in helping behavior, separating assistance that empowers from assistance that creates reliance. Autonomy-oriented help provides tools and knowledge, then purposefully steps back, becoming unnecessary. Dependency-oriented help solves the problem in a way that guarantees you'll need the helper again tomorrow. It creates a permanent bottleneck where every solution must pass through them. Watch where this assistance concentrates. A controlling partner focuses on the specific levers of independence: your bank accounts, your technology, your medical decisions, and your schedule. These acts target the infrastructure of your life, one task at a time. By taking over the difficult calls and the complicated logistics, they quietly absorb the very skills you would need to manage a life of your own. To understand why a resourceful person stops trying to escape, we have to look back at a 1967 behavioral experiment. Researchers observed subjects exposed to discomfort they could not control or avoid, regardless of their actions. When these subjects were later placed in a situation where escape was easy, they simply lay down and endured. They had internalized a devastating lesson: effort changes nothing. In a domestic setting, this training happens every time an independent effort is quietly redone, corrected, or taken over for your own good. Your nervous system eventually concludes that trying is more exhausting than surrendering. This paralysis represents a successful education. It is the predictable residue of 1,000 small kindnesses that were actually designed to erase your confidence in your own ability to function. This system is self-protecting. Because every controlling move is wrapped in a layer of devotion, your outside support network often fails to see the bars of the cage. Isolation arrives as concern. Your friendships are thinned out through a partner's subtle, wounded reactions every time you make plans without them, making leaving the house feel like it costs more than staying in. Questioning this behavior feels like a betrayal. They read your texts because they worry, and they manage the money because you hate dealing with it. You eventually find yourself apologizing for wanting basic privacy. This loving alibi is the system's primary defense. It renders the control entirely deniable in any single conversation, even while it remains utterly devastating in the aggregate. The brain fog and the constant second-guessing are the manufactured products of this environment. They are the intended results of a system designed to make leaving feel impossible. Researcher Evan Stark described this as a liberty crime. The deepest damage isn't found in physical marks, but in the total theft of your autonomy, your basic freedom to run your own life. For a controlling person, manufacturing this dependency is the most efficient security system possible. A partner who believes they cannot survive alone is a partner who will never argue or demand repair. The gratitude you feel functions as an engineered debt. It anchors you to the person holding the ledger, making the prospect of independence feel like an act of ingratitude rather than an act of survival. Stop measuring help by how comforting it feels in the moment. The trap is built to feel wonderful. Instead, judge every favor by the residue it leaves behind. Use the ultimate diagnostic question: does this specific act of assistance make you more capable of leaving or less? To find the answer, reclaim a minor daily task. Say, "I've got this one," and then watch closely. Genuine support exhales with relief when you no longer need it. Control, however, tightens. It sulks, it panics, or it warns you of all the ways you will inevitably fail without them. This helplessness was installed through 1,000 small favors, and it can be dismantled through 1,000 small choices. Each act of independence is a step back toward the person you were before the help began.